Hey guys, Vick here and welcome to a vlog number 18 I believe. It's been a little while since the last one, so definitely time for a good natter. What am I vaping on in the vlog? Well, I'll be vaping on all sorts I'm sure, but I'm vaping on my Squape R on the Mini VF. Absolutely love this Squape R. It is my favourite RTA ever. It's just easy to build, easy to use. It's just awesome. I just really like it. It's just flavours. It's just great. It's just great. They're not cheap, but they're absolutely great. They get the RS if you are going to get one though, because that's slightly newer and slightly more improved. But this one's great. I love it. I'll stop vaping now. Okay, so what we're going to talk about in the vlog today, I've made notes and everything. The first thing I'm going to talk about, and after I've talked about it, I will leave it alone. But I now do a podcast that's available on iTunes and SoundCloud with the lovely Joe Cloudy. Link in the description to his channel. But Joe Cloudy, yeah. He has a video. He has a channel. He has a YouTube channel, and he's a really good reviewer, and he's now a really good friend. And we hooked up together to do a podcast. It's called Let's Vape. If you're on iTunes or you've got like a podcasting tool app or whatever, then just search for Let's Vape and it should come up. If there's a link in the description to the SoundCloud one, if you're a SoundCloudy person. So yeah, go and check that out if you can. That would be amazing. Myself and Cloudy are both really big fans of podcasting. We both do a lot of driving for our day jobs, listen to a lot of podcasts, but the vaping podcasts that are out there, they're a certain style, and we just wanted to do one that was all about vaping, and just really chilled out, all about vaping. Two vapors chatting is the sort of theme. I'll stop banging on about it, but we're really proud of it. And it's only going to get better, you know. It's a brand new medium for us to do, so we're going to improve on. What is next? Okay, so in note of the podcast, I'm going to actually I usually do a vlog topic. Today's vlog topic, I need part of the podcast, we do a section which is questions for Cloudy. I need some really funny questions for Cloudy. So if you can put in the comments a question for me to ask Cloudy in the next podcast, that would be amazing. Please do that. Yeah, so that's the end of talking about the podcast. I'll stop talking about it now. Okay, so I've got a bright red face, time on my hands. It's got to be time to do the vlog. So, yeah, put your questions for Cloudy in the comments and we'll just crack on. What have I got coming up for review? I always do these vlogs at the point when I've done what was in my initial queue, so I never seem to have that much. And I've had a really bad period recently of people saying they're sending me stuff and then they're not turning up. So I might have loads of stuff coming, but it seems like not. It seems like people have said they're going to send me stuff and there's not. So, you know, less said about that, the better. The things that I do have coming is got another thing from Coilmaster coming. They have a brand new product they're about to launch, and they're sending me one of them. That's all I can say about that. I'm also getting a brand new to the market 150 watt mod and sub tank. From a brand new company that's about to launch as well, so I can't say too much about that. The other thing I'm going to try and get my hands on is the Cthulhu, is that how you say it? Cthulhu RTA V2. The V1 was almost really good, so I'm thinking the V2 might be awesome, so I'm going to try and get my hands on that as well. Yeah, so I'm going to try and get one of them. So that is in a nutshell what I've got coming up. I'm going to try and find some juice as well, some interesting juice though, something that isn't just widely out there. I'll try and get a juice review for a juice that's a little bit unheard of. So I've got that as well. What is the next section of the vlog? What have I previously reviewed after the review? So I reviewed the Coilmaster V3 and the Coilmaster kit, as you can see, it is in use constantly. It's a fantastic kit. I was blown away by it, to be honest. I knew the Coilmaster V3 would be a very handy tool, but it's massively improved. It's really, really good tool. The actual kit, what I assumed the crack would be is that they'll have just got loads of cheap components, put them in a nice case, and I thought that they'd be flogging them for a massive uplift of price and making a huge profit. And I thought it would be a bit of a thing. I thought all the bits would be rubbish, but it's an absolutely amazing kit. They're all really great parts. The scissors are really sharp, the clippers are really sharp, really handy and easy to use. The ohms reader's very neat and tidy, very good. The whole kit is just, I'm really impressed. And Coilmaster, they've been a pleasure to deal with. It's such a professional company. They asked me if I'd do it. I said I would. It came straight away. Really hats off to Coilmaster. Very professional and really top quality stuff. They're not messing about. We need to earmark and bookmark these companies that are absolutely on point and super professional, because they're the ones that are going to succeed ultimately. So that is really good. Really happy with that. The Mutation X V4. Now, you're going to see some really positive reviews for this, and mine wasn't particularly positive. My main point is, because I'm still using it, I've still got it. Is there any juice in it? Yeah. Got my DMC in here. My main point with the Mutation X V4, my main gripe is it's so far removed from what the Mutation X series is. This should have its own brand new name, Flavor X or something, because the side holes are completely pointless because of the underflow ones, and because of the underflow ones you can't drip into it without it potentially leaking. Not that it does leak all the time or anything, but if you're dripping into it, you're thinking, is it going to drip out the holes underneath? The Mutation X series is a cloud chasing range of RDAs. This one with the undercoil, it just completely changed it into a completely different RDA. I have all the side holes closed off, and I'm just using the under one, and it vapes fine like that. But that's the complete opposite of what the Mutation X is meant to be. So there's not too much wrong with the RDA apart from the attachments and stuff. They look ridiculous. That's my main problem. And you can bung up the side holes. You can, but juice is still going to go down. You're going to end up with two reservoirs of juice if you do it like that. And the actual push-in plugs are really fiddly. If you start adjusting the airflow, they come out. It's just no. This should be called something else. This should be the Indulgence something else RDA, and the Mutation should remain a cloud chaser without the undercoil airflow system, in my opinion. I think I specifically bought it for cloud chasing. I think stupidly didn't watch reviews, but that's my gripe with it, and that's why some people will say they love it, and you'll see positive reviews in that, but that's why mine wasn't, because I bought it to be a cloud chaser, because it's a Mutation X. I bought it to be a cloud chasing RDA, and it ain't. It's a flavour RDA, and just with pointless side holes and pointless attachments. So that was my thing with that in a nutshell. The Hunter RDA from Ude. Ude is another company that, to be fair to Ude, they've been around a long time. They don't mess about. The iGo W, what a classic RDA that is. Absolutely goes into the Vaping Hall of Fame, that RDA. So many people's first dripper was an iGo W. And the Goliath V1 is a masterpiece as well. So UD is another company that I would say gets the thumbs up from me. This actual RDA, I just wish it had a deeper juice well. My opinions haven't changed from the review. I just wish it had a slightly deeper juice well. I feel like, it's very unforgiving if you accidentally overdrip. It is good though. Really easy to build with those 4 posts. It's just like a traditional atomizer with the gimmick on top. And the gimmick isn't a gimmick that spoils it, so thumbs up, thumbs up for that one. The gang mod. Let me talk about the gang mod. Here she is, nice and heavy. The gang mod. The gang mod. Let me be clear on this, because there's a bit of confusion in the video, in the comments of the video. Let me be super clear on the gang mod. I do not approve of the fact it's a knuckle duster. I do not approve of the fact that it's called the gang mod. I don't approve of the marketing angle that they took with this mod. And they agree. They agree. They're changing this. They're not making these anymore. They're going a different route. They're taking the hoops off, and they're leaving it so it's just grips for fingers, and they're getting rid of the rubbish chip, and they're going to do a dual parallel, I believe. That's what I believe they're doing. So they agree as well. I'm not condoning this mod. I'm not promoting this mod. I am a e-cig reviewer, and anything e-cig related that comes my way, I will make a video on. Whether I agree with it or not, I'll state my opinion in the video. I'm not here to promote stuff. I'm here to review stuff. It's different for all the different channels. Everyone's got their own shtick. I literally just see myself as a reviewer, like a food critic. Something like a food critic. He goes to a restaurant, he eats at that restaurant, he reviews what he's eaten. You know, he's not promoting that restaurant, he's reviewing it. So sometimes he'll say bad things about the restaurant, sometimes he'll say good things about a restaurant. He's reviewing it, he's a critic, and that's what this is. And let's not forget, it's not a promotion in the sense that I said it was a bad mod. The chip's rubbish. The chip spoils this mod completely. So even if it didn't have the knuckle thing on, it got a negative review because the chip's so bad. So that's the end of the gang mod thing. I hope that's drawn lines right. I hope you didn't unsubscribe because you perceived that I was promoting. I'm not promoting anything really. People send me stuff as a way of promoting their stuff, but all they get from me is critique. So let's slide it along on that note. News. Okay, news. World vaping news. What's been going on? The Aspire Triton. You may have noticed that every man and his dog, it's almost like a reference to Todd, but everyone has reviewed the Aspire Triton tank. I haven't, because I wasn't sent one for free. If I had, I would have reviewed it, but I didn't buy it because I don't see the point of it. I'm sure it's a wonderful tank, but I have this. I have the Aspire Atlantis V1. I also have this, the Nautilus by Aspire. This is mouth to lung, this is lung. This is sub-ohm, this is high ohm. I've got two tanks that do the job of that one tank, and it's not like you can just go click, oh, I'm mouth to lunging now, click, I'm lung hitting now. You have to change the heads to do it. So that's just the same as me screwing in a different atomizer. I think it's this thing in vaping at the moment where, maybe this is just me because I buy a lot of the things I review, and so I'm just a vapor at heart and just a consumer at heart. I think there's this thing in vaping where we spend so much time looking at, thinking about buying things we've already got. If you've got an Atlantis V1, but then you're looking at a Kanga sub-tank, and then you buy a Crown RDA, and then you buy a StarMax sub-ohm clearomizer and another sub-ohm clearomizer, they're the same. They're all the same. They're all the same. Don't waste your money. Just buy some heads for the clearomizer you've already got. It's going to take more than top fill to get me to buy another sub-ohm clearomizer, even if I can suddenly mouth to lung with it. I've got a Nautilus, I've got an Atlantis. They're fine. They do what they do, and those two tanks do the job of that one tank. So that one tank hasn't pushed things forward for me, and I don't need that tank. If I don't need that tank, I don't buy that tank, I don't review that tank. But I'm sure it's great. If you haven't got a Nautilus, you haven't got an Atlantis, get a Triton. But yeah, so the Aspire Triton came out. Oh no, I'm not in a bad mood or anything. I don't know why. I just think that you would all save a lot of money if you took a step back and said to yourself, with each item that you're thinking about buying, take a step back and just think, why am I buying this? What specific improvement or enhancement to my vaping is this giving me? If you need another tank because you've got more juicers than tanks and you want to vape them all at the same time, fine. If you need another RDA, if you break it, if you break a mod, buy another, fine. But don't. If you've got a 50 watt mod, you don't necessarily need to buy another 50 watt mod. If you've got a sub-ohm clearomizer, you don't necessarily need to buy another sub-ohm clearomizer. Maybe I'm just talking nonsense. I don't know. Another thing that came out was the flark. The flark, which is the Vapor Shark Vapor Flask. Now that came out. I was quite excited by that, and I think I said in my previous vlog I was quite excited. I was looking out for that because they said the price point was going to be lower. Unfortunately, and this is something UK vapors can relate to, it's not that much cheaper because it's, what is it, $160 in America, but then when it comes over, because of the VAT and the tax and import and stuff, it's like £160, so it's still really, really, really expensive. That's a lot of money. I was hoping it was going to be around the £120 mark, £120 mark, which is what Americans are paying in America for it, when you actually do the conversion rates on dollars and pounds. So I'm not getting that. It's too expensive. I can't afford it. It looks great. It looks great. It is what it is. But I was, just because they were saying that they'd managed to get the price down, I was hoping it was going to be around 120, 130, and I'd have been very, very tempted at that price point. More exciting, possibly, is going to be the Yeehee chip in the new Vapor Flask. That's maybe one to look out for. Yeah, maybe keep your eyes peeled for that, and that might be worth the extra money because you're stepping forward with the better chip, better chip, better mod. What else has been in the vaping news? Twisted 420. Twisted 420 got screwed by China. It's not particularly fashionable for vape reviewers on YouTube to talk about other reviewers in anything but a positive light. I've got to say that I like Twisted. I like his videos, etc., etc. He's great. I've been watching him for years. But that video is steeped in irony. That is steeped in irony. You've got a guy there that spent a year reviewing every clone under the sun. He was the king of clones for ages. Great content. Clone review, clone review, clone review. Great. It was great content, and his channel blew up as a result, and that's great. There's a lot of irony in the fact that he's saying he's been cloned and screwed by a Chinese company, and now he's looking for an American manufacturer for his mod. My opinion on that is, and it's no different to anything else, non-vape related anything, it's bad business. It's bad business. In my day job, if we were approaching a new party to subcontract with, before we even met them, or even began discussing with them, we would make them sign an NDA. He should have got an NDA so that they couldn't just run away with his designs. I know it's not just him, and I know it's the other guy, and I know that he doesn't agree with everything that the other guy's saying and stuff. And he still likes the Chinese. He still likes Chinese products and all that. But that is so ironic that a guy that you could argue, by his own words, has been screwing American companies by reviewing their clones and showing their clones in videos. You could argue that he's been screwing American companies doing that, and now China have screwed him. I don't know. It's got to be said, hasn't it? It's got to be said. I've got to be honest with you guys. I could not see past the irony in that video. What I would do is, China are going to beat him to it. I would start again with a new design, a new mod, new design. But it's not my place, and I don't know him or anything. So that's been going on. Check out the video and just see what you think. If you're, I'm still a massive fan of Twisted 420. He's still great. But gosh, the irony in that video. Next thing. This is a tangent topic, a wildcard topic, and I'm genuinely not in a bad mood at all. The sun is shining, it's a nice day, no beef at all. But I want to make something a bit clear that I've never really talked about before, because I've had a few messages and things. Just for the record, on the record, officially, absolutely officially, I just want to say that I never approach companies, vendors, manufacturers for products to review. I never go out and ask for them. I don't know why. Because really, I suppose if I wanted to get most, because you guys must get frustrated with the rubbish things or the lack of things that I have to review, or the rubbish things I have to review. But I prefer the relationship when they find me, like me, and then want me to do something. There's no surprises, there's no shocks. I don't have to worry about them being disappointed with the video. It's just the way I operate. And so, just to make that clear, 'cause I've had some messages and stuff. I know a lot of reviewers do approach people and they send out loads of emails to everyone and ask for things. I don't do that. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I saw a very famous reviewer giving tips to new vaping reviewers, and they said that don't do that because it makes us all look bad. It makes us all look like we're after free stuff and we're chasing stuff and stuff. I don't mind. I don't have a problem with it. Ask if that's you. If you're a reviewer, you're a new reviewer, and you're going around asking people for everything. Fine, you do that. I'm not doing that, but you feel free to do that. This is a tough game now. It's very competitive, and if you want to grow your channel, you do that. If you want to do that, you do that. We're all hustling here, aren't we? We're all striving to make as much content as we can, as good content as we can, to as many viewers as possible. And if you want to do that, you do that. Absolutely do that. If you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. What I would say is, you're not going to get many responses if your videos are rubbish. You're not going to get many responses if you haven't got many subs. And you're not going to get many views if you don't have many subs and your videos aren't good. So I would say start off by just buying cheap stuff and reviewing it, selling it, buy some more stuff, review it, sell it, and get to the point where you think your channel is substantial enough that people might want to send you stuff. My channel isn't really at that point yet. Maybe a third of the market is happy to send me things and contact me, but there's 2/3 of the market that I'm not on their radar at all yet. But I'm comfortable with that, to be honest. I'm not really chasing it. But if you are chasing it, feel free. I don't care. You're not showing me up. You're not showing me up by asking for things to review. I'm fine with it. Don't worry about it. Go for it. So I'll just say that. But I don't know why this has come off as a really negative vlog. I want to do some shout outs as well. Obviously, Joe Cloudy, my reviewing friend and podcast wife. Shout out to him. His channel's in the description. I'm sure you're a subscriber of his anyway, but go check him out if you're not. The guys at So Much Vape, I'm really enjoying their content at the moment. They're so unique and fresh. There's too many people. The problem with my channel is I just look down the camera and talk, and it's boring. It's really boring, and too many other people do this, what I do, just talk straight down the camera sat at a desk. These guys, they interact, they're fun, they have banter, they mess about, they know their eggs, they know their onions, and their tomatoes. And go and check out So Much Vape. There'll be a link in the description to them as well. I really am enjoying their topic, and it's not just because they mentioned our podcast, although it was very good of them to do that. They're genuinely one of the first videos I go and seek out now, because it's just so fresh and original. Their channel is awesome. They're going to blow up. Get subscribed to them before everyone else does. So Much Vape. It's really cool channel, really cool show. So go and check them out. I've no idea how long this vlog is, but I think I've covered everything. So stay tuned for this new product from Coil Master, this new product, this 150 watt mod. Maybe some of the things that people have said they're going to send and haven't sent. Maybe they're just late. Maybe they will come in over the next week or so. I'm going on holiday for a little bit, but yeah. that's it. Let's end it there. I've been Vaping Vick. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out the podcast. If you have, put your questions for Cloudy in the description. I've been Vaping Vick. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon.